Close your eyes. Allow the body to settle fully into the supporting surface one final time in this sequence. Every point of contact soft and complete. Inhale deeply and slowly exhale, the breath moving with quiet, natural ease. A gentle awareness begins to emerge that the entire living architecture from all previous sessions is now fully present and operational within the system. The path of deliberate decisions and raised standards, the redirected associations of pleasure and the precise questions, the upgraded vocabulary, the empowering metaphors, and the accessible emotions of power. The compelling future, the core values as compass, the rewritten rules, and the expanded identity. The mastery of emotional climate linked with physical vitality. The generative quality of relationships and the aligned flow of financial resources. The concentrated direction of time and the quiet force of ultimate influence. All of it remains alive, coherent, and available. With each breath, the complete system settles even more deeply into automatic expression. Picture clearly in the mind's eye the open landscape now fully illuminated and integrated. Every element of the hierarchical structure and the living matrix stands in clear relation to every other. The giant capacity that has always been present is no longer sleeping. It is awake, embodied, and expressing through the present self. And then the thought occurs that this complete system is now the natural operating state. Feel the soles of the feet resting on the solid foundation of every prior integration. From that complete base, begin to sense the full coherence moving through the body. Experience yourself fully as the one who decides with clarity, conditions associations deliberately, speaks with precision, selects empowering emotions, orients by core values, inhabits an expanded identity, shapes emotional and physical destiny, creates rich relationships and aligned resources, and directs time with concentrated power. The chest expands with quiet strength. The breath deepens. Ownership of the entire architecture becomes complete. Inhale deeply and slowly exhale. It all becomes obvious that the ultimate challenge of what one person can do is answered by living this system consistently. See the ripple of influence moving outward through daily example, through contribution, through the coherent presence that affects every environment entered. Feel the quiet force of one individual who has claimed full responsibility for the inner world and therefore shapes the outer world with greater precision and generosity. The body responds with greater openness and sustained power. And then notice how naturally the mind aligns with the outcomes most deeply desired. The compelling future is no longer on the horizon. It is already expressing through present action across every domain. Emotional climate remains resourceful. Physical vitality remains strong. Relationships remain generative. Financial flow remains aligned with values. Time remains concentrated on what matters most. The hierarchical layers and the matrix continue to reorganize themselves in support of ongoing expansion. A clear insight surfaces that mastery is not a destination, but a continuous, living process of refinement. Watch the system continue to evolve with each new decision, each new association, each new moment of precise language and chosen emotion. Ownership settles into something effortless and permanent. The giant within is simply who is here now. Inhale deeply and slowly exhale. Suddenly it dawns that rest, play, and recovery remain essential parts of the complete architecture, ensuring the system stays sustainable and generative over the long term. Feel the permission to include them as deliberate standards rather than afterthoughts. The entire matrix brightens with balanced, enduring light. Feel a deep sense of coherence, force, and quiet completion spreading through the entire system. The first-person voice rises with calm certainty and full ownership. I live the complete architecture as my natural operating state. I decide with clarity and raise standards continuously. I condition associations deliberately and ask precise questions. I speak with empowering vocabulary and metaphors and select the emotions of power. I orient by core values, live by rewritten rules, and inhabit an expanded identity. I shape emotional and physical destiny, create generative relationships and aligned resources, and direct time with concentrated power. I feel the hierarchical structure and the living matrix producing coherent results across every domain. I express the ultimate influence of one person who has claimed full ownership of the inner world. Every breath reinforces the complete system. Every choice strengthens the ongoing expression of the giant capacity that is now awake and embodied. An inner knowing arises that the creator of this reality operates fully in the present moment. The solar plexus warms with that knowing. The shoulders remain open. The breath remains free. Inhale deeply and slowly exhale. And then sense how deeply aligned actions now feel with highest values. Picture the coming days, weeks, and months unfolding with this complete system already active and refining itself. Morning begins, and the first decision arises from the expanded identity. Midday challenges meet the full matrix, and transform into further confirmation. Evening includes deliberate recovery and reflection that deepen the ownership. The compelling future continues to express immeasurable progress across emotional, physical, relational, financial, and temporal destinies. The visualization deepens further, revealing even more layers of integration, quiet force, and generative contribution. See the daily life flowing with the natural authority of one who has awakened the full capacity within. Feel deeply the grounded stability, radiant vitality, and sustainable power in the body. Allow the heart to fill with quiet recognition for this already complete and continuously evolving mastery. Pre-experience the pride of looking back on consistent living of the entire system. The scene becomes fully real with sights, sounds, feelings, and deep emotional resonance. And then rest in the profound satisfaction of having already arrived at this integrated state of ownership and expression. Awareness expands, recognizing attention as the most powerful tool at command. With this recognition, the session begins to close, yet the complete system continues. The path of decisions remains solid. The luminous web remains alive and responsive across every domain. The full hierarchical and matrix architecture remains fully installed as the natural expression of self. Inhale deeply and slowly exhale. It becomes evident that the next version of self steps forward naturally and continuously. The eyes remain closed for a few more easy breaths, allowing the full embodiment of the complete system to settle. When the eyes open, the same coherent architecture, the same quiet force, the same awakened capacity travel forward into the day and into every day that follows.